Do you have a gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. This message is sponsored by DGS, the Degenerative Gambling Society, aka Cat Nation Live. Good morning, everybody. Welcome, Cat Nation Live. Welcome. It's the Tuesday game day edition. What is going on, everybody? Welcome. We got through Monday Night Football. Eyes are bloodshot today. What's going on around here? I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready for a Monster Tuesday. Manuel, what's going on? We got college football finally on Tuesday. College football today. Major League Baseball. Soccer. And the return of the NHL regular season. Bada bing bing, bada bing bing. I don't know about you guys. Even though I got shafted and we have no team in Arizona, I am happy to have the NHL back. Not because we make money on it. Well, it's kind of, sort of. But I am a fan, so it is good to have it back. Brian Watson, good morning. Says thanks for the Derek Carr prop. On the Carr over 1.5 passing touchdowns, you made 200. Very nice. That was a plus 205 that we cashed. Congrats. Ross Pitts, good morning. This is Phillies' first 5. Phillies have 16 extra base hits off Sean Manaea. He's going to get touched, baby. Team total over. So we got a lot of Philly fans in here. I know that. Mauricio, what's going on? Ross Pitts likes a pita sandwich. Pete Alonso over 1.5 total bases, that is. It's actually very appealing right there. Mauricio says first 5 under 3.5 plus money. Robert, good morning. Says yesterday was a great green day. Manuel, good morning, brother. Good morning. Ronaldo says, I think I need to make that call. I have a gambling problem, Mr. Cleanup Man. Today is Ruben Tuesday. The day that we finally get to argue if Lamar is elite or not. We should make that a thing where we get 10 minutes every Tuesday to argue if Lamar is elite or not elite. Let's make that a segment. It's going to be the Elite Lamar Ruben Tuesday section. Robert Saleh just fired by the Jets. 5 games into the season, the New York Jets fire Jesus' head coach. Or shall we say Aaron Rodgers fired his coach? Because you know he's pulling the strings. He's got a 20-36 record as the Jets head coach. Defensive coordinator. Jeff Ulbrich be the interim head coach while they search. You heard it here first. Bill Belichick going to the Jets. Coming out of retirement. Bill Belichick going to the Jets. No, there's nothing there, but wouldn't that be surprising? Wouldn't that be surprising? Not really. Wonder who Aaron Rodgers will pick as his next head coach? Ross says it's Taco Tuesday, baby. Get out the Coronas. Get out the nice tacos. Watch some baseball. Then some college football. It is definitely Taco Tuesday. I had tacos for Monday, and we're going to have them again today. Ronald says, please explain to those who don't know who Ruben is. We will definitely go over who Ruben is because good old Ruben has a day dedicated to him. And you know, let's make this a thing. Every Tuesday during the NFL season until the end of the Super Bowl, we have a 10-minute every Tuesday segment. I mean, it could be even 7 minutes and we can start the countdown. Or 5 minutes. Where it's just a Ruben Tuesday section where we talk about Lamar and if he's an elite quarterback or not an elite quarterback. I think we should have a segment like that. Sometimes I think he's, trending in like, sometimes I look and I'm like, damn, Ruben was right. He looks elite. And then you get some shitty ass plays and you're like, what was I thinking? Ruben was not elite. Or Ruben was not correct about Lamar being elite. Sammy Darnold is showing that he's elite. People always ask me, Kyle, who's your favorite NFL team? I don't have a favorite NFL team. It's whoever we're betting on. College, USC Trojans. Pro, I don't fucking care. I'm a fan more of certain players, like Sam Darnold. I've always rooted for his success. Loved watching him at USC. Am I a bandwagon Vikings fan? No. No, like if Sam Darnold got injured or traded, I mean, I'd probably still be betting on him, depending on who their quarterback was. But am I a bandwagon fan? No, I'm just a fan of their quarterback. That was a little odd. Wasn't expecting that. Marquette, good morning. Or good afternoon. Mauricio says, I forgot to mention yesterday, how about them Giants, right? So for everybody that doesn't know, Ruben was an individual who came into our live chat for a couple of weeks. I think Ruben lasted 2 or 3 weeks. He would come in and he would drop these massive parlays. I think he hit the first one. And that's all he would bet. And he'd bet him huge. And he went broke. I think I got death threats from him, if I'm not mistaken. Yet I never gave him a parlay in my life. But he would come into the live chat and literally have the chat turned inside out in an uproar. Over Lamar Jackson saying that he was elite. So if you don't know who Ruben is, and it started out on a Tuesday after a Monday Night Football. So Tuesdays at Cap Nation Live became known as Ruben Tuesdays. Robert says San Diego needs to show up with their fans and watch the Doyers fall apart. Mauricio says, when I hear about Ruben Tuesday, I get hungry. Feel like we're talking about a restaurant food, right? I am definitely hungry right now, and fat men have to eat. Fat men definitely have to eat, and I'm hungry. Of course, I say that, and there's a beef jerky commercial on one of the 4 screens right there. Old Trapper beef jerky. Like, really? When I mention that I'm hungry, food commercials come on. Watch. There'll be a Carl's Jr. on the top right screen here shortly, I'm sure. Unbelievable. Oh, Kentucky Fried Chicken now on the bottom left. Fat Man loves beef jerky and fried chicken. Definitely some crazy times. And it's going to be a good week, man. It's going to be... By the way, the Soccer Guaranteed Game of the Week is posted online. If you have access to it, go get it. You have literally an hour and a half, roughly. Mauricio says, let's take a 5-minute break to eat somewhere, right? We're going to be writing Little Caesars commercial. I was wrong. It wasn't Carl's Jr. It was Little Caesars. But I knew a food commercial was coming. I knew it was coming. I'm sure the... Oh, now we got the Atkins diet. There we go. From jerky to the Atkins diet. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button. I would like to give away packages today. Get us to 40 thumbs ups, and I will give away a package. I wonder if we got our TikTok access restored yet. I don't think so. Hold on one second. My realtor left me a voicemail. Oh, yeah. Call him back. Lunchtime. Lunchtime. Jealous. I'm jealous. I am absolutely starving. It's weird. I was in the office super early this morning. Extremely early. Decided to get here and put in some work early. Baseball today. 2 baseball games. 1 college football. And then we get... Nope, live access is still suspended on TikTok. So lame. Just teasing, Mauricio. I just put you in timeout for 10 seconds. Just put you in timeout for 10 seconds, rubbing that in. I didn't know that it deleted all your comments. Fender Bender, what's going on? Everybody, we can welcome back Mauricio in about 3 more seconds. He'll be able to post again. Good morning, Fender Bender. How are you? How are you? All fun and games, Mauricio. How to get you back. Should be a fun week this week. Besides baseball, it should be a fun week this week. Thursday night football between the Niners and the Seahawks is going to be a great matchup. Niners laying 3.5 on the road in Seattle after they just got beat by Arizona. Where are you, Mauricio? Where are you? There he is. There he is. Man, I was looking. I was debating going to the Padres game tonight. SeatGeek sending me updates. That international game, I promise I'm not going to be up. Well, I will be up because we filmed like an hour into it. But I will literally, on the international game, we'll probably not have too many shits to give between the Jaguars and the Bears. Like, when you planned this international game, you couldn't have planned if you're trying to build the sport in another country, you couldn't have made like the Bucks and the Saints go to New England. Although it looks like the Saints may be without Derek Carr for a little while, possibly, pending an MRI on a lower oblique injury yesterday, leaving with 9:46 to go in the fourth quarter. I gotta say, a couple games that we've lost in the last 3 days, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, have been totals where we have just gotten flipping, bent over backwards on some totals. How that game does not go over the total. How about the pick in the end zone? Greg, we got rid of TikTok? No, TikTok is still there. We got banned on TikTok for 3 days or something. TikTok is not gambling friendly. You're not allowed to technically talk or promote gambling, even legal gambling, like sports betting. Any game of chance, they don't want you to promote it. Even though I can buy advertising and promote a fucking slot machine and rip off, online fake slot machine casino. But we can't talk about legal sports betting. Maurice, just go to the game, pal. It's a 6-hour drive. 6-hour drive, overinflated ticket, nosebleeds were $400. I think it's going to be an interesting matchup. I think tempers are going to be flaring. Fender says you got a hater on tech. Probably, but no, it's. I don't think it was flagged. I think it's just their automated system because we post tickets. I overly talk about betting, whereas anybody else that goes live on there, they're pretty good at what they talk about, even if they have tickets on. Whereas I openly promote the word betting, wagering, and I think their system just picks it up. Reading through the comments. Oh, yeah. The Derek Carr yesterday. It's frustrating when you're on the right side of the play with the over and you get shafted. Just straight up shafted. Throw an interception. It's tipped. You're, bobbled and picked up by that big boy in the end zone. When you're going in for 6. And I think a lot of it in the last 3 days, these games that we've lost, it's like they just get too cute. They try and manufacture a play when, why don't you put your big boys in and just run the ball? Steal the booty on the ticket. I love it. Love it. I try to dumb it down a little when we're on TikTok, but it's not always the case. Not always the case. With the Jets firing their head coach, I'm surprised he lasted as long as he did. He went 20-36 in New York. And I'm going to say this because I think it's obvious, right? You look at Arizona before they fired Cliff Kingsbury, right? Team sucked. Before they even hired him, they sucked. They hired him, and they still sucked. I don't think they were any better. After all, he was scrutinized, and he lost his job, right? And then look at the Cardinals today without him, with Gannon at the helm. They're not much different, right? It's the same old Arizona Cardinals. And then you go look. at the Washington Commanders, right? Dan Quinn enters first year as the coach. What does he do? Brings in a new offensive coordinator, right? Brings in Cliff Kingsbury. Look what Kingsbury is doing with Jaden Daniels and that Washington offense. Like, legit. Look what he's doing in Washington as the offensive coordinator. Take out the defense and give them credit, give that credit to Joe Witt Jr. and Dan Quinn. But that offense that has them 4-1, that's Cliff Kingsbury. It ain't the coach. Coach is helping. But it shows what he did in Arizona wasn't him. Now, was there questionable play calls? Yeah, absolutely. But execution-wise, coach can't execute the plays. He can only call them. But back to the Jets firing Robert Saleh, who's 20-36. 56 games into your career coaching for the New York Jets, and you're still 16 games below 500. You're a whole fucking season below 500. Aaron says some people aren't meant to be head coaches. Agree. But it shows if you have the right coach and you bring in the right players, everything will eventually click together. It didn't click for Cliff in Arizona, and he had the right players. Well, he didn't have the right players. He had some of the players. I don't think Kyler Murray is the right play there. I don't think he's the right quarterback for Arizona. There's definitely better options out there. And they've had opportunities to draft players, and they just don't. But yeah, Jets. You know damn well Aaron Rodgers got him fired. Because there's no way he would have been a coach this long in New York with that. I mean, it's fucking New York. Is there a bigger demographics where your pro team is more scrutinized? Is there another city where a pro team is more scrutinized? Maybe LA and the Dodgers, right? LA and the Rams. Look how bad they're scrutinized, right? They have an off year. The coach is done. He's getting fired. They're asking him to retire early. It wasn't his fault. He just had a team full of injuries. Jets can't say the same thing for the last 4 years, 4.5 seasons. It's going to be interesting to see who they end up bringing in. I think it'll be somebody that is definitely either connected with Rodgers or somebody up and coming that is told that you know who is running the offense and you just sit there and take it and make the decisions. I'm sure that'll have some effect to it. I did see something that not Robert Kraft, but Belichick would be making a return. I think that was just bullshit, but it would be pretty damn cool. It'd be neat to see. John says they need to get rid of that coach and Buffalo, right? Fender Bender says, like button engaged. Thank you, sir. Guys, if you haven't done so, hit that thumbs up button. I would love to give away some packages today. I would love to give away a package or two today. Plenty of you guys here to make that happen. Just hit that thumbs up button. Let me know when it gets to 40. And I'll be happy to give away a package. Edson, thank you for jumping on board the NHL Early Bird Special. Saving 50% off. Derek Novalis as well, jumping on board the Early Bird Special today. Reginald, thanks for jumping on board my personal plays for today. Gary Meewright, thanks for jumping on board the Soccer Guaranteed Game of the Week. Greg Engel as well, jumping on board the Soccer Game of the Week. John Havlis jumping on board the MLB System Play Playoff Package. Which, John, if you're in here, I'm going to send you an email. Oh, I could take care of you with that package. Because there's not as many games left. Am I on Reddit? I mean, I don't have an account. I don't just go to... I haven't been on Reddit just to go gander, but I've been on there when Google takes me there. Why are my plays on there? Manny Machado being accused of throwing the ball at Dave Roberts, manager for the Dodgers. Throwing the ball at him with some heat in the dugout. Deshaun Watson looks like he's settled his newest and most recent lawsuit for sexual assault. The plaintiff came out and said it has been settled. So it sounds like the Watson package paid up. I'm glad my plays haven't shown up there. That would mean somebody was distributing them. Did you guys know the NFL made Deshaun Watson pay a $5 million fine after his 11-game suspension? If he wanted back in the league, he had to pay a $5 million fine and undergo mandatory evaluation by a behavioral expert and follow their suggested treatment program before being reinstated to the league. What kind of behavioral treatment? Don't get jerked off when you're getting a massage? Keep your hands to yourself when laying face down on the massage table or face up? Why do you have to pay a $5 million fine? The Chiefs starting out the year 5-0. Ooh, doggy. Everybody said they couldn't cover. The Chiefs covered and then some yesterday. By the way, you have a little over 1 hour to get on board the Soccer Guaranteed Game of the Week. Do not miss out. Do not miss out if you want a monster win this morning or this afternoon for you East Coasters. Going to pop up the live odds. That way we can jump in today's game. Jump into today's games. Mauricio saying, hey guys, hit the thumbs up button. Come on. Come on. We're going to be live for probably roughly 30-ish minutes left. Be live until about 1:30 on the East Coast, 10:30 on the West Coast. Let's shift over to Major League Baseball. By the way, daily free play videos. We might try something new. Whereas, so today's Tuesday. Normally what happens is I come back in, film the video. and it goes out tonight for tomorrow, right? But today, we may drop the Wednesday and the Thursday video today. Why? Just so it has more time to be out there, more views, etc., etc., etc. So we may attempt to try that today as a little test to see how it works. Nick Martinez, you have until 2 p.m. Eastern time is the cutoff. 2 Eastern, 11 in the morning Pacific time is the cutoff. So you have time. Definitely have time. All right. Phillies and the Mets. Phillies and the Mets. Phillies and the Mets. If you guys watched the daily free play video, you guys already know what I took in that one, as I gave it to you guys. Now, my personal plays have not been released yet. My personal plays have not been released yet. But what I put out in the daily free play video will be out on the card. Will be out on the card. On top of other things. FanDuel has a 30% profit boost on the action today. Maybe you take like a Tatis or Machado home run with a Shohei Ohtani home run. Mauricio, the hurricane in Florida, I hope it's not bad for you guys. You guys are just getting, just getting pummeled over there. Aaron, good morning, sir. Schwarber to record a home run is plus 310 today. We get Nola against Manea, right? Good old Sean on the mound. He's getting the game 3 start. He generally gets hit around pretty decent. He gives up hits every game. He usually gives up hits and timely runs. He hasn't had a game where he hasn't given up a run since September 1st against the White Sox, where he went 7 innings and gave up 2 hits, no runs, 5 strikeouts, and 2 walks. But since then, he's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 starts where he gave up 6, 7, 3, 4, 3, and 3 hits, as well as 2 runs, 6 runs, 3, 1, 1, and 4 runs. So over his last 6 starts, he's given up 17 runs over the last 6 starts. And I'm going to say this, he gives up home runs. He gave up 2 home runs on the 21st of September when he faced the Phillies last. Do you know who homered? Schwarber got his 36th home run in that game. It was a leadoff home run. Castellanos also homered off of him in the top of the 5th inning as well. So if I was you, I would definitely be putting some money on one of those 2 boys, if not both, to homer today. Kyle Schwarber is a plus 310. Castellanos is a plus 520. Harper plus 440. I think out of those 3, one of them is going to tag him. I think one of those guys is going to tag him. My money would definitely be on Schwarber to have the best opportunity. God, let's hope it's not a 6. Let's hope it gets dumbed down to Sheriff is here. I have no siren yet. We got to get one. This is horrible. What a horrible company. I got to get the Sheriff an entry. Got to figure it out. Got to figure this shit out. Got to get you something. We got to work on this. I figured out how to get one loaded in there, so we will I forgot I had the app on the computer. Yeah, let's hope it's not a Category 6. Let's hope it gets dumbed down. If you go back to June 8th, Meunier only made it 3 2/3 innings against the Phillies. Gave up 6 runs on 7 hits. Struck out 3, walked 1, but gave up 2 home runs. Guess who he gave up home runs to in that game in June? Nope, not Schwarber. Not Castellanos. Harper and Merrifield all got home runs. Everybody else beat him up. Everybody else beat him up in that game. In that game, Schwarber had a hit. Rialto had a hit. Harper hit him 3 times. He had 3 hits in that game. Taking a gander. Oh, Aaron Nola, man. We made a lot of money on him. We made a lot of money on Nola. His last outing notched his 14th victory. Struck out 7 or more in the last 4 straight games. 7, 7, 9, and 7. 5, 9, 6, 5. Let's take a look at strikeout props. Aaron Nola over 5.5. Meunier over 5.5. I like the Aaron Nola over 5.5, but the Mets bats have just been hot. You know what I mean? I like, if it was probably any other team, Aaron Nola over 5.5, I'm in. I'm in like Flynn. Minus $1.13. I mean, I think it's worth a sprinkle. I think it's worth a sprinkle. He's had 6 or more. 6 out of the last 7 outings. How has he faced against the Mets? You'd have to go back to September 13th, not long ago. He made it only 4 1/3 innings, where he struck out 7, walked 2. Listen to this, folks. Gave up 6 runs on 6 hits and gave up 2 home runs in that game. Gave one up to Alvarez and Nimmo. So I would like to say over 5.5, even though he struck out 7 in that outing. I just think there's a risk in the playoffs. I will say something that I like, and I've been betting this for a while. I've cashed in on it nicely. And what I've done is I've done some parlays on Mets players to record hits. The Mets have been a great hitting team while they've been hot. I forgot to bet it in the last outing, and it cashed. I usually do the first 4 Mets, all to record a hit. Lindor, Vientos, Nimmo, and Alonso, all to record at least 1 hit in the game. If you did that today, for example, Lindor, and Pete Alonso. It's a plus 367, just saying. And I like all three Phillies today. The top three, anyways, of the starting lineup, which will be Schwarber, Turner, and Harper. I mean, even if you added in the top four, but if you did just the top three, Schwarber to get a hit, Trey Turner to get a hit. Harper to get a hit. That's now a plus 1463. I like that. I've cashed a lot of these before where I'll use the top four for the Mets. There's only been a couple of times where I've bet it that I didn't win it. It wins a lot more than it doesn't, but plus 367 for the four. Just putting that out there. Just throwing that out there for you guys. But again, if you watch the daily free play video, you know who I like in this one. You already know it. Soccer game of the week. If you're not on it, you have 55 minutes to go get on soccer guaranteed game of the week. Who dat Bob? Good morning. Who dat Bob? Good morning. All right. The interesting game of the day. The Padres and the Dodgers. Personally, I hope in that first inning Machado gets tagged by a Walker Buehler pitch. Is it going to happen? Probably not. They're not going to. I don't think they throw him out right away. They may give him an instant warning, so maybe they do. If they're not in a jam, if there's no runners on and Machado's up, I personally hope they tag him. But I mean, he does bat fourth, so it probably won't happen. Maybe it happens if the Dodgers have a couple runs on them. But I would love to see Machado get tagged. Why, you ask? Just to add a little fuel to the fire. Get tempers to flare. Maybe we'll get benches to clear. I mean, can you read these headlines? Benches clear and postseason matchup between crosstown rivals. They already fucking hate each other. Machado throwing the ball with some heat at Dave Roberts in the dugout. Which, by the way, I guess Major League Baseball is asking for the Dodgers security footage of that from the dugout to review it, to see if it was on purpose, possibly to fine him. Dodger fans in the last game throwing shit at the Padre players on the field. Padres front office trying to prevent Dodger fans from being able to buy tickets because they're afraid. They are straight afraid that the Dodger fans will travel. Dodger fans do travel, especially when it's just south a couple of hours. But the Padres are so deathly afraid that Petco Park will be packed with blue, Dodger blue, that they try and eliminate sales to anybody that doesn't have a zip code outside of San Diego. Who would I pick to get a hit on the Padres? Either Bogarts or Tatis. One of those two. One of those two I would definitely look at. But I would definitely like to see some some tempers flare in that game. Just to amp it up. Let's get the rest of the season going, you know. Let's get the pressure going. Hopefully it happens tonight. Today's matchup between these two. The Dodgers, the dog, plus 1.5, minus 164 with Buehler on the mound going up against King. You guys know what King did to my Atlanta Braves last time he was on the mound, right? Let's not talk about it. Let's just say he had a phenomenal fucking game. But can he do it against the Dodgers today? Can King do that against the Dodgers today? That's what is going to be found out later on today. That is what we're going to find out. Lindor's been playing good. Reading something on one of the other TVs. We got 4 screens going on back there. See what popped up on number 4. God, it wasn't a food commercial. The total on this one, sitting at 7.5. I said it in the beginning of the playoffs and the postseason, every Dodger game, over or bust. You either got to roll with the over or you got to stay off of it. Why? Because the bullpen is just trash. Saw that in the last outing too. The bullpen is just trash. The Padres are hot. The bats are flipping hot. And let's face it, even if the Dodgers somehow beat the Padres and advanced to the NLDS, or not the divisional series, but if for some reason they did advance, they're either going to face the Mets or the Phillies. 2 more teams capable of absolutely annihilating your bullpen that's struggling. So from here on out, it's over or bust. You'll probably not see me, possible, but probably not see me give out an under. In the Dodgers game, that is. To hit a home run, Shohei Ohtani at plus 250. Fernando Tatis Jr. at plus 320. Machado plus 350. Max Muncy at plus 450. Look for Max to go back-to-back. Max at plus 450. I like it. I wish he was a little higher in the order if we were going to be betting him, because I think we get, generally speaking, 1 less at-bat with him being down towards the bottom of the lineup. But, I mean, again, it's what makes the Dodgers so damn deadly, having Max sitting down there. Was he in the 6th or the 7th spot, I believe? Teoscar Hernandez has been quiet. It's been quiet. Jalen, good morning. Hopefully you're staying safe down there in Florida. Can King get hit on? That's the question. That's going to be the question of the day. Can the Dodgers hit King? We all know the Braves couldn't, right? The Braves absolutely struggled against King. He gave up 5 hits, no runs. He had 12 strikeouts and 0 walks in that game. Literally the best outing of his career. Before that, he doesn't have very many other games this year where he gave up no runs. He had a couple in the beginning of the season. I think he has 4. But for the most part, he gives up runs. against the Dodgers. He pitched a very nice, clean 5 innings against them. In his last outing, gave up 1 run on 3 hits. Struck out only 3 Dodgers in their last meeting. Walked 2. The only scoring play in that game was the bottom of the first when Mookie Betts, if you guys remember, I mean, this was just a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, when Mookie Betts reached on an error to the shortstop. Ohtani scored on a throwing error by Bogarts. We actually cashed a run in the first inning in that game from the live show. King had a solid outing against the Dodgers. See who got the 5 hits on him. I like the top 3 to record a hit today. Last time Ohtani got a hit, Betts and Freeman blanked. They all went 0 for 4 in that game. Keep scrolling. On May 10th, he had another solid outing against the Dodgers. Went 7 innings, gave up 2 runs on no hits. Struck out 11 Dodgers in that outing. April 12th, the Dodgers absolutely crushed him. Gave up 7 runs on 5 hits to the Dodgers. In that outing, Ohtani homered. Muncy homered. Betts homered. Teoscar Hernandez homered in the 3rd inning. If you guys remember, that game was a huge, it was just a long ball affair. King has won the last 2 outings, but the Dodgers have gotten to him. Ohtani has a hit against him in every game. Ohtani's a minus 250 to get a hit. Ohtani, Freeman, Betts all to get a hit. Is a plus 149 for those 3 to record 1 hit today. It's a plus 149. Fenderbender says scared of Nola getting 6 Ks. Generally speaking, I would be all over the 5.5. All over the 5.5. But me too, I'm scared. The Mets, they're at home. The Mets have been aggressive. The Mets bats will continue to be aggressive, which can lead to strikeouts. And the part that I don't like is it's the playoffs. Nola gets in a jam. Granted, he's got the veteran, so he's going to be given a lot of a longer leash and a bigger leeway. But remember, playoffs, if he's into a jam in the 4th inning or early in the 5th inning, they might go to the bullpen. Especially with the day off in between games now. Go to the bullpen and get out of a jam, right? So we could be sitting on 5 strikeouts in 4 innings. Gets into a jam and he doesn't get to pitch the 5th. So that's one of the reasons why I'm not too fond of it. Only because of the playoff effect with pitchers. That's one of the only reasons why. Fenderbender says, hit the like button, guys. I need a giveaway. I don't want one. I need one, right? And rest assured, if for some reason there's not one, best of all, you can get premium plays for just $10 today, which make it so absolutely everybody that's here betting is capable to go get premium plays or my personal plays. Which, by the way, Steven, thanks for jumping on board the premium plays for today. Glad to have you back on board. So early lean on the over 7.5. Early lean on the over 7.5. I love Shohei to get a home run today. Love Shohei and Max Muncy both to get a home run today. General says, nice win, Carl. Catch the Derek Carr over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Thank you, sir. Glad we got it before he went out injured. I wish we could have cashed that over. Getting screwed by another total that should have gone over that stayed under. All righty. Moving over to college football. Football. By the way, we do have the return of the NHL today. NHL Early Bird Special is still up, but could be gone at any time after today. Hopefully they leave it up, because I know there's some guys that wanted it to get on board the Early Bird Special, but asked, can they get on it at the end of the week? Hopefully. But can't promise you. But the NHL is returning. Preseason was phenomenal. The NHL preseason and I don't take the credit, because credit is, I ain't picking, occasionally I'll put out an NHL play for my players, and I'm fairly good at it. I played it, I coached it, I grew up with it. But we have our NHL guys, and those guys are absolutely phenomenal, lights out. They started the season 10-0. 8 preseason games that they put out. They didn't put out a lot. They put out literally 8 preseason games, and that was it. They went 8-0. A lot of unders cashed. And then the international series to start the regular season, which was on Saturday and Sunday. One Saturday morning, one Sunday morning. They went 2-0. Phenomenal start to the NHL season. And they will pick right back up where they left off today. NHL plays are posted. I know you can get a week at 100, or you can buy the entire season on sale for 50% off for 500. So when you do the math, you can have 5 weeks at 100 a week, or you can have the entire season on sale early for 500. And then you don't risk losing the early bird special and having to pay $1,000 for it. And it is on the website the week, because I know a couple of you guys asked for just the week. It is on the website, just so you guys know. All right, college football got the odds up, or they're one click away from being up. Florida International facing off against Liberty. That line is now down to 16.5 minus 105, which means you can get 15.5, which would be, let's see, under alternate line in this one. You can get Liberty 15.5 minus $1.15, so pay attention. You could either get 16.5 minus 105 or 15.5 minus $1.15, minus 14.5 minus 122, minus 13.5 minus 148. You could actually get laying 10.5 minus 186 with a total on this one sitting at all fives, 55.5. 55.5. FIU looking for a win today to try to get back to 500. back to the NHL. We've got an opening night triple header. You got the Blues and the Kraken, the Bruins and the Panthers, and Utah Hockey Club, former AKA Coyotes, and the Hawks. Liberty looking to secure their 5th straight win to start the season. They are 4-0. They're 4-0 on the year. Conference USA action going down today. Fender Bender, I don't have access to props in college in the state of Arizona, so I can't help you there. Can't help you there. I don't have access to them, see them, so I pay zero attention to them. Because it's something, or even in Vegas. So it's nothing that applies to us. I know some states allow it. Ours doesn't, either in Vegas, at the Vegas office, or here, so we don't pay any attention to them in college. Unfortunately, I wish we had them. Liberty beat East Carolina. They beat up ECU by 11, 35-24. They beat UTEP 28-10 in a very low-scoring game. New Mexico State, they beat them 30-24. Campbell, they beat them 41-24. Liberty has not been good against the spread. Liberty has not been good against the spread this year. Florida International, the old Panthers. They just beat Louisiana Tech 17-10 in a low-scoring game. They lost to Monmouth 45-42. They lost to FAU 38-20. They beat Central Michigan 52-16. And they lost to Indiana to start the season 31-7. Can the Panthers stay in it long enough to hang with Liberty in this Conference USA matchup? Last year, Liberty beat them 38-6. And that was on the road for Liberty. Now they get them at home. This should be a fun game. This should definitely be a fun game. I do worry about a possible slow start to the game as far as scoring goes, especially with that first quarter total being 13.5. It should go over, but I mean, you look at some of these games between both teams, and there's been some very slow starting games. Now, maybe the total went over eventually, but they've definitely had some slow starting games. FIU's laying 9.5 in the first half. The total in the first half is 28.5, overvalued and overpriced. Second quarter total is 16.5. I would probably be geared more to taking the second quarter total than probably the first. I haven't put out my plays on this. I haven't dialed everything in yet. I've got my notes and pretty much which direction I want to go, but I don't have any official plays on this yet. I mean, it's might when we get done with this one. I'll have something to throw you guys. But I don't have anything big on this game just yet. I will when it's time for plays to be out. Liberty laying 4.5 in the second quarter. Third quarter total exactly the same, 13.5 minus 106. Fourth quarter total at 13.5. I like the fourth quarter total, just saying, over 13.5. But a lot of that has to do with, I mean, if Liberty blew them out, right? Let's just say Liberty blew them out. They may not, I mean, they may have backups in when it comes to the start of the fourth quarter. Is that going to be the case? I don't think so. I think the likelihood of that happening are probably slim to none. Probably slim to none. you guys haven't done so, hit that thumbs up button. We're not going to be live for too much longer. I'd love to give away a package. You guys are at 30. You're struggling. I wish we had player props. I think it would be great. I think it would be great if we had player props. Give me 1 second, folks. Trying to check something on this game. Reading the comments. Kyle Liberty minus 9.5. As far as the first half goes, I mean, I like Liberty. Can they cover the 9.5 in the first half? They should be able to, but that line is definitely overinflated for how Liberty's been playing and how Liberty's been covering the spread. If it was the full game 9.5, I'd be in. I'd be telling you guys to absolutely murder the shit out of it. But it's not, obviously, full game at 15.5, 16.5, depending on where you're looking. But 9.5 for the first half, they should cover it. But as of right now, unless I see something change as far as the information goes, or I have a couple more things to look at and dive into when we get off the live show to go look at some stuff and review some stuff before I put out my plays on it. But I mean, I like it. I don't know if I'll necessarily have a bet on the first half. What I will be betting is what I'm going to give you guys right now, and I already said it. I like the second and the fourth quarter totals over. Okay, I love the second quarter over 16.5. Even if it opens up slow in the first quarter, I'm fine with that because I like the second quarter over 16.5. Generally speaking, if you get a slow first quarter, they're getting that second score of the game, the one that would normally put the first quarter over. It's usually happening within 50 to 60 seconds into the second quarter. And that usually gets you a third of where you need to go as far as three scores go. So, and you guys know that last 3 minutes of college football is usually wild. I mean, we could see three scores literally in the last 3 minutes of a half. Excuse me, not of a quarter, but of a half. So I like the second quarter over 16.5 enough to bet it, and I will be betting it. I'm gonna wait though. I'm literally gonna wait and watch the line. I don't expect the line to drop, but I've seen some stuff on this game already that lead me to believe that it's possible that it drops based on prior team scores, last year's game, and all of that. So I know there's some big bets from what I've been told and what I've heard from people talking, that there's going to be a couple big under bets come in, like big six-figure bets. But it's really not those that are going to drop the line. It's going to be the bunch of $1,000 to $5,000 bets or $500 bets when those start coming in, and that should happen after a big player, drops a big wager on the game. Then a bunch of people will follow suit. So I'm going to sit back and I'm going to wait. Fender Benner says DK has a quarter locked except first. It'll come back up. Got to remember it's 10:30 in the morning on the West Coast. It's 1:30 on the East Coast. So I mean we literally have 5.5 hours before game time. So give them a couple hours. It'll be back. But yeah, they'll have it back up, Fender Benner. But yes, second quarter over 16.5. Reading some not so breaking news. I'm gonna put that in the chat and let me type it up real quick. Free play. The juice on it was... They've got it juiced a little bit. It's minus 120. Just put that in the chat. Free play, FIU and Liberty, second quarter over. I'm also going to bet the fourth quarter over, 13.5. I like that, but I'm not going to bet it nearly as big for the sole fact that I think pre-betting a fourth quarter is a wild card. That line will more than likely be the same before the half is over anyway, so you can gauge how the teams are. If it's a fucking blowout, don't bet it. Fender Bender, what can you use it on? You can use it on any NHL bet, or like, what can you go bet? If you're asking me for a bet on the NHL, I don't have one for you. I haven't looked at the lines. I haven't even glanced at them. All I did was bet what the NHL guys put out. I literally bet what the NHL guys put out, and that was it. I don't need to bet anything else. They're 10-0. I don't even fuck anything up and bet on my own. I'll start giving out some hockey plays to my client. Ooh, almost spilled coffee on my desk. Some hockey plays every now and then, a few here and there once we get a little farther into the season. But other than that, I let the NHL guys do their NHL package and keep winning for people. Go take the 50% profit boost and put it on the first period overs. There you go. There's something to do. First period over 1.5 on all 3 games. There you go. All right, so you guys got that free play. It's in the chat. Free play second quarter over 16.5. I don't have a lot out just yet. My personal plays are not out. My plays will be out within hour. My plays will be out within the hour. So you have plenty of time to get on board. Renaud, my brother from another mother, thanks for jumping on board. My personal plays today, they will be out, like I said, in about an hour. If you're not on, go get on board. Soccer Guaranteed Game of the Week. You have 24 minutes to sign up for it. 24 minutes. And by the way, if you're not on it, so you can buy the Soccer Game of the Week. It's normally $100. It's on sale for $50, right? With the guarantee. But there's a couple other packages. Obviously, you can get the Soccer Guaranteed Game of the Week in that Guaranteed Play package. The Guaranteed Play Week package. You can get it in that. That's $150. You get the Soccer Game of the Week. On Thursday, you'll get the FC Group's big college football game of the month, which is on Thursday, by the way. On Friday is my guaranteed game of the week. On Saturday, guaranteed Saturday. On Sunday, the NFL Sunday guarantee play. You get all 5 of those with every guarantee with them for $150. The other way that you can get the soccer game of the week is you buy a week of soccer. Normally, a week of soccer is $99. But there is a package on there. It's not supposed to be on there. And a lot of you guys have seen it, and you guys still buy it. If it's on the website, buy it. The company will honor it. It's not supposed to be on there, though. It's $99. You get a week of soccer and the Soccer Guaranteed Game of the Week. I don't make any money off of it. I ain't fucking telling them that it's still on there. I'd rather you guys get it and pay less. So you get a week of soccer and you get that Guaranteed Game of the Week included. Literally included. So if you're not taking advantage of it, you're flat out missing out. And by the way, I was told earlier, and I meant to mention this before the live show. But obviously the daily soccer play is out, right? Or not the daily soccer play, the Soccer Guaranteed Game of the Week. But I was told that the actual soccer package would be out by what? I think it was 10:30 my time. So it should already be up there. The soccer play for today that is part of the daily package. So if you're on the regular soccer package, there's nothing posted for today yet. or it should be. I haven't looked because I'm not logged into the website, but you should be able to see it. And if it's not, I would literally check back in the next couple of minutes because I was told that it should be up there. So don't miss out. Don't miss out. And my personal plays will be out. Give me an hour. Give me an hour and mine will be out. I lost the live chat. Where did the live chat go? Hey, Brian, we don't discuss the lines on any of the games for the plays here because it gives away what it is. My QB, what's the soccer game of the week? Go to the website and purchase it and you'll find out. It's only $50. Here, I'll even post a link for you so you can go get it. If you want to know what it is, just go to the website and buy it. I'm not about to give it to you for free. Plenty of time to get on board. There's the link. Just click that link. Takes you right to it. Sheriff says all the plays are great, but for some reason soccer and hockey are like system plays, right? I wish we could do system plays in another sport. I wish there was a way to do it. No problem, Brian. We just don't post it because then it gives it away. Let's see here. I'm trying to give you guys some time. Who dat Bob jumping on board the Guaranteed Play Week package? Glad to have you back on board for that, Bobby. Glad to have you back on board for that. Tomorrow's live show. Tomorrow's live show will be same time, same place. Sorry about being 10 minutes late today to getting it started. It literally wanted to do a reset. It wanted to have to do a software update. Literally, I clicked the live button. It's funny. It's like the software doesn't tell me it needs an update until I try and go live. Like, I literally hit the go live button and it's like, select your broadcast. So then I click which broadcast I want. And then it's like, we're sorry you can't go live. You need to do this update. You couldn't fucking tell me that like 3 hours ago when I've had the system up and running. Jalen, you can't go wrong. The Guaranteed Play gets you through the week. You'll get Soccer Game of the Week, which goes down in 18 minutes, which looks like a winner to me. Thursday, you get the big FC Groups College Football Game of the Month. Friday, you get my Game of the Week. Saturday, Guaranteed Saturday. Sunday, the NFL Sunday Play. The NHL package, the 500, the early bird special. Saving money is making money. You go buy that, then go take the 500 that you spent, get the Guaranteed Play package, and go put $350 on the Soccer Game of the Week. You make $350 of your money back, and then go take the rest of it and go put that on the NHL game. Make all your money back in one day. Or just bet smaller. Sheriff said the same thing. Go get one and then use the winnings to grab the other one. Manny says, Ricky Bobby. All right, guys. I am going to run. I got to go give blood today. I don't have a schedule yet for my surgery, but We're doing a blood draw today, so that way they can get it all primed and locked and loaded, and hopefully fucking schedule me in soon. With my luck, they're gonna be like, yeah, we'll fit you in 3 weeks. I would love to get it done, like maybe next Tuesday, Monday after the live show of next week. If I could, you know? That way we don't miss much. All right, folks, I'm going to get out of here. Let's have a great day today. Everybody always wager responsibly. No medical talk, no medical talk. You're not doing the catheter either, Edward. Sorry, Nope. No. They make you do a catheter for a fucking hernia surgery? Fuck that. Do that shit when I'm sleeping. They can't do that. All right, guys, I'm going to get out. Enjoy the day. Please, everybody, wager responsibly. I keep preaching that message. Wager responsibly. And even more than that, everybody that's on the East Coast, down there on the coast, Jalen, Mauricio, everybody else, please be safe. The water's coming. Don't take no chances. That's why you moved to Arizona. The only thing you got to worry about is a haboob. If you don't know what a haboob is, you go research it. All you got to worry about is rattlesnakes, scorpions, and haboobs. And by the way, it's still over 100 degrees out here. So if y'all up north are freezing your asses off, we're still sweating our balls off over here. But when you guys are like miserable and freezing at negative degrees and having ice days and you're iced out, I'm going to be golfing in shorts and a t-shirt in the middle of February because it's still 75 or 80 degrees. So that's why you moved to Arizona, is to avoid floods, to avoid earthquakes. Although I will say we've had earthquakes, all right? We've had earthquakes, but they ain't like the California earthquakes I grew up with. We don't got tornadoes. We don't got hurricanes. We don't got tsunamis. We don't have earthquakes. We don't have forest fires burning our town down, which, I mean, we get forest fires up on the hill and we'll get a little bit of smoke. We don't have 4 seasons. We have spring and we have hot as fuck. We have spring and hot as fuck. That's about it. We might have a week of winter. We have like a 2-week stretch where it's like, fuck, it's cold. But it ain't your guys' cold. It's just Arizona cold. Like flip-flops all year long. It's like living in South Florida with 0 humidity. It's dry heat. But we do have the haboobs to worry about, which is just a giant dust storm, which might take your patio furniture and send it fucking 400 feet. They say we don't have tornadoes here. We just got haboobs, right? But the difference between the tornadoes is a little thing. Like a haboob is a whole city-wide storm. So it's literally be like a whole blackout for a whole city of just dust. Just a giant dust storm. But anyways, please stay safe, everybody. We'll see you guys. Hopefully we'll see all of you guys live tomorrow at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. We'll go over some more Major League Baseball, more college football. We'll take an early look at the Thursday night football tomorrow as well. Maybe a little live look ahead at some college football for the weekend. And tomorrow's college football schedule. The fun doesn't really get started until Thursday. We get New Mexico State and Jacksonville State tomorrow. And then, but Thursday we get 3 games, and one of those, and they haven't told me which one yet. I'm curious to see. But the FC group's dropping their college football game of the month on Friday. Coach Hubbs, you lived in Glendale for 3 years. My pops lives in Chandler. Nice. You moved back to Chicago. Hey, I went to boot camp in Chicago in the summertime, and I went to my A school in the Navy there in the wintertime. So I seen, and I got a whole family. My mom's whole family's from Chicago. A bunch of people still there. So I feel your pain. My house is not far from Glendale. I'm in the north part of Peoria, the northwest part of Peoria. But I'm literally, if you go out of my house, out of our little gated community, there's a little desert wash. You go across that wash, it's the city of Glendale. My side's Peoria. I'm right on the corner. Edward, you did boot camp in A school in the winter. I did boot camp in the summer, Common Core in the summer, and A school in the winter. It was miserable. Straight miserable. Yeah, I got the humidity and running in our boots in the summertime. Yeah, beautiful area. All right, guys, I'm out. Enjoy your day. Please, everybody wager responsibly, and we'll see you guys all live tomorrow morning first thing.